Hello, Sagittarius. I've been using my photography to do the thumbnails, and I definitely don't have a picture of a half horse and half man, so you're gonna get a full-on horse. In case you're wondering, like, why is there a horse? All right, let's get right into it, guys. We're gonna look at 2026 and see your monies for the year, see what maybe you need to avoid, change, focus on to have it be the most financially profitable year possible, right? All right, so Sag 2026. Seven of Swords. Okay. Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you gotta be super strategic with your risks. So I feel like you're gonna have to take risks in 2026, but they need to be very calculated risks. Like, you need to do your due diligence. It is gonna bring you to a lot of money, but I feel like your due diligence is gonna be like teaming up with people, any business partners you may have. Like, you really need to do your research. Maybe you just need to do shit on your own. I learned that lesson last year. So, sometimes maybe you just want a partner, but you don't need one, and it would actually be detrimental. Because I feel like you're gonna end up carrying that other person. Because, like, Ace of Cups in reverse is like a really bad bond. It's like some toxic bond, trauma bond, yada yada. It's not the right type of bond that you're looking for. I almost feel like maybe you should hire an assistant if you feel like you can't do it on your own. And if you don't have the budget yet, maybe look for someone that's starting off and is fairly cheap, or could do it for free maybe for a couple months, or on a contract that once it starts paying they get like a percentage. There's ways around all that shit. That's why, like, maybe due diligence and strategy is showing up here, because Seven of Swords is, yeah, like sneaky people. So it could also represent someone sneaky or someone that misrepresents their strengths and their capabilities, and then you just end up having to do more of the work and like carrying that person along, which could ruin you in the long run. But yeah, I just feel like you got this on your own. Seven of Swords often for me is also like strategy, depending what it shows up with. And because it showed up with the Fool, it's giving me the energy of strategic risks, and like, don't take the leap off the cliff until you know what you're jumping into, like, as much as you can, right? Like, everything is a risk at the end of the day. But there's a difference between just blindly jumping off a cliff and like making sure you got that parachute, you got a couple contingency plans in effect, So yeah, I feel like that's the main message for you. Two of Cups. See, yeah, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, Eight of Cups. Okay, so a lot of people will think, like, well, to each their own, that the Eight of Cups is about, walking away from something. But to me, it's about escapism and like ignoring stuff that maybe you can't see yet, or you're choosing not to see. So it's more about like not taking accountability and not facing the truth. It is Pisces energy, whereas like moving away from stuff is more Six of Swords for me. So to each their own, like, every reader is different. But so I feel like this person would just be more of an escape than anything else. Yeah. Oh, seeing the Six of Swords is right there. So it's like, to entrap yourself, you're gonna have to move away from that shit. There you go. You see, that's like moving to calmer waters. See, like, the water's crazy there, it's calmer here. It's like moving away from drama, moving away from, nonsense, right? So yeah, very straightforward message for you. Is just really think before you leap, and you can do shit on your own a lot more than you think you can. Okay. and you can't, because I forget the timing, but some point this year, Jupiter is going to be moving into Leo. It's really good year for business and success, and for shining and having really good luck. You're ruled by Jupiter, right? And Leo is really like independent and I will, and they do things by themselves. So it does make sense. A lot of the readings for this was about like letting go of people that weren't serving you. Also, last year was the year of the snake. You were supposed to shed all this shit. So if you're still carrying that shit throughout 2026, it is going to negatively affect you. We're into the year of the horse. So it was like shed and then go into the horse energy so you can like gallop your way to success, right? But if you didn't do your shedding, or you're still carrying some stuff and you didn't learn your lessons, that is going to really show up and hold you back. Straight facts. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Overtime in reverse. So I feel like this is telling you stop giving too much of your time and energy to things, or mostly probably people or a partner that doesn't give back, you know? Make sure that you put your energy and time into what's really valuable and good for you and your advancement. I did see this video last week, which I've been kind of taking that into account and applying it to my life. You maybe have about 1,000 minutes in a day, you know? Start treating them like money, like you got $1,000 today. Like, how are you gonna spend that money, you know? So how are you gonna spend that time? And maybe start limiting the time you give to other people. Limit the time that you overgive. Sorry, that's my cat in the litter scratching in the background, if you can hear that. Wrong decision. Reckless behavior can lead to bad consequences. Think before you act. Bitch, what did I say? New beginnings. You will start a new job and life. Clean sweep over. Hit the reset button. So here, I'll leave that. Let me make sure it's in the frame. There we go. But yeah. So if you don't fucking think before you leap, it's gonna fuck you up. That's it. That's pretty much what I fucking said word for word, bro. Oh, I do readings for myself all the time, but like it happens so often. That's why I like to do oracles after, because they'll just confirm in exact writing what I said more often than not. And sometimes it's something that I missed. But yeah. My logical brain, like I have a Virgo Mercury, like loves that because I need the proof and the data, right? So leadership. See, you don't need nobody. You're the fucking leader. And if you are gonna have people, I feel like they need to be more like employees, people you hire, people you delegate your work to. Yeah, you're stepping into a role as a leader. You're ready. So don't doubt yourself. Your career will improve once you accept and step into your power. You're following the crowd in fear of putting yourself out there. Fuck the crowd. The crowd is stupid. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I've never been a follower. I've always been an independent thinker and an original. So that is really the way to go. And I used to have an issue because people copied me so much. But again, I watch a lot of business stuff, right? So someone said, don't worry about people copying you. They're copying you from yesterday. They're always going to be behind. Just, it is flattery because you're doing something amazing. So look at it that way. And yeah, by following people, you're not doing anything great, basically. You know, you're just doing the same as everyone. So yeah, that's your reading, guys. Oh, I just looked at that one. So planner, take financial inventory and see what needs changing. Event planning, project manager, or professional organizer. It's crucial that you make a plan to make sure each day counts. like the minute thing I just told you. And also, like, plan, do your due diligence, research people, research things. Don't just go into things blindly, all right? You got to plan, so you don't make the wrong decision and lead, you know? Don't just follow along blindly, right? So, very clear message for you, Sag. All right, bye.